So the one winged angel is in Smash. Boom, 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 boom. I said this in my reaction video, but honestly, I am genuinely shocked that they added Sephiroth. Whenever he would be mentioned, I would say, he'd be cool, but I just don't see it happening. And that seems to be a trend with me. But honestly, I'm pretty happy to be proven wrong on this one, and I am down for Sephiroth. I played Final Fantasy VII Remake this year, and despite what some people might say about that game, I at least now have some kind of a connection to this character outside of Kingdom Hearts. And I'm also really pumped to see a character who can outrange Min Min. But the addition of this character throws a wrench into the mix for a lot of people and their favorite character coming to Smash. And there are, of course, two big ones that come to mind when we talk about Square Enix characters: Geno and Sora. So first, let's talk about Geno. But first, please check if you have subscribed, and if you have not, hit that subscribe button. I know you guys hate when YouTubers ask for subs, but if I don't ask for subs, then I don't get subs, and I need that number to go up because that is directly linked to the serotonin-making part of my brain, so please hit that subscribe button. Thank you. More and more people have suspected that Geno may be added to Smash Ultimate, and the longer and longer that we went without the Geno and Chocobo costumes making a comeback seemed to indicate that maybe he could finally be a full-on fighter. And I suppose that there's still a chance, but the chances have significantly dropped. Now, you guys know me. I've never been a fan rule kind of guy. I've always pushed back against these fake rules that spirits or assist trophies can never be fighters, because stuff like that hasn't been outright stated. But what I am when it comes to those rules is somebody who pays attention to sorts of patterns or trends. And for both fighter passes, so far, no company has received more than a single character per pass. Microsoft got Banjo on Fighter Pass 1 and Steve on Fighter Pass 2, and more relevantly, Square got Hero on Fighter Pass 1 and Sephiroth on Fighter Pass 2. So based on history so far, that definitely seems to lower Geno's chances of being one of our final 3 characters. Now again, I'm not going to say anything for certain because the Smash team and Nintendo can really just do whatever they want with regards to the DLC characters, but so far this just follows the pattern that we've seen. And if anything, adding Geno along with Sephiroth would add to the surprise, because people wouldn't expect a second Square character in a single pass. But a very real possibility is that the Geno Mii costume, as well as the Chocobo costume, will finally return alongside the second Square rep, and it would honestly fit perfectly. Maybe back when Hero dropped, they knew that Sephiroth was coming, so they decided to save those costumes for that release. Or maybe Square Enix has some kind of weird thing about not crossing Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy over if they can help it. Or maybe Sakurai and the Smash team just wanted to add as many Dragon Quest costumes as possible, and so they figured that they would just wait to bring back Geno and Chocobo. Frankly, I don't know, that's just all speculation. All we know is that we still have not seen those costumes. But if the Geno costume doesn't drop alongside Sephiroth, then I'm gonna confidently say that he probably is gonna be a fighter. I mean, it's now or never at this point. It wouldn't make sense for a Square costume to drop well after the Square character drops for the second Fighter Pass. So if that Geno costume is missing, those eyeball emojis are going to be popping up all over the place for me, because either we're not getting that costume entirely, which seems unlikely, or a full-on character is about to drop. Now, as for Sora, most of the above counts for him too. It's just another case of a second Square character being unlikely, but not altogether impossible. Sora just comes with the added baggage of Disney being involved, and there's just so much to talk about there. Ultimately, I just think Sora's not gonna happen. After Sephiroth was revealed, I actually had a kind of fleeting theory, like I kind of just thought of it, and I am in no way trying to present it as accurate. But I just thought that maybe Nintendo went to Square to say, we want Sora, and Square said, we're gonna have to talk together with Disney, and all 3 of us come to an agreement. And for some reason, they just couldn't make a deal, so Square and Nintendo settled on Sephiroth instead. That does also add up a bit with some of the chatter that we've heard that Nintendo actually wanted Sora to be a DLC character, but they simply could not come to an agreement with Disney, whether it was on licensing or Disney wanted certain aspects that Nintendo didn't want. Whatever the reason is, there has been chatter that Disney and Nintendo couldn't come to an agreement, and so maybe that's why instead of seeing Sora, they were like, okay, well, we'll just throw in another Square Enix character, let's add Sephiroth. Now, I'm not saying at all that that's what happened. That's all speculation on my point and hypothetical. I just thought that it would be fun to share that kind of idea that I had, and I would love to know what you guys think about it. And Sora doesn't even have the Mii costume aspect to give even a slight bump in hope. Everything is going to come from the faith that a second Square character can be added in the same pass alongside Sephiroth. But hold on, wait, could you imagine the fury, the sheer hatred on Twitter if both Geno and Sora got added as Mii Fighter costumes alongside Sephiroth? In one fell swoop, adding Sephiroth, but also deconfirming two highly popular picks that are constantly brought up when Smash DLC is talked about. That would just be incredibly wild. The internet would be in a frantic state. Twitter might crash, but this time out of anger rather than happiness that Steve got in Smash, for example. Honestly though, I'd be alright with a Sora costume. I mean, that's better than nothing, isn't it? I'd play the heck out of Sword Fighter as Sora, so screw it. If we're not getting Sora, definitely give us that Mii Fighter. I don't know what world that Nintendo couldn't come to an agreement about Sora as a character, but have Sora as a Mii Fighter, so maybe that is just completely ridiculous. But those are my thoughts. Sephiroth coming to Smash is definitely a fantastic addition, but it does come with the downside of Sora and Geno having a much lower chance than they might have before the reveal. I honestly just didn't think we would be getting another character from a Final Fantasy game. Maybe another Square Enix character. I mean, Sora and Geno were definitely up there, but I just didn't think that they would want to give us another Final Fantasy character. And frankly, if I'm being honest, I'm surprised we even got another Square Enix character entirely. It just, for some reason, there's something about Square collaborating with Smash that just doesn't feel the same as other companies. It's like they hesitate to have their characters be added to Smash. I mean, it's almost common knowledge at this point that Cloud almost ruined the everyone is here shtick for the reveal of Ultimate because Square Enix was hesitant to let him be in the game again. And their hesitation on having only a handful of tracks for every character they add, it just feels like they are saying, okay, you can have our character, but we'll give you as little as possible because we don't want to be cool. I don't know. They just seem like a very odd company to work with. But regardless, I am incredibly excited to get my hands on Sephiroth and see how this character works. See how this character with a comically gigantic sword is going to outrange all of my favorite characters in the game. And I'm going to rage and laugh, and it's going to be just a ridiculous time. But that is going to do it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please take care, and above all, please be good to one another.